Tucked in the rolling high mountains of Shan Hills, bordering the north of Thailand and Myanmar, the isolated and pristine Mae Hong Son province has a rich makeup of ethnic tribal groups. The province's 7 major tribes are Shan, known as Thai Yai. Then there are Kariang, Hmong, Lawa, Lisu, Lahu, Jin Ho, whose sub-tribes differentiate themselves from one another with dialects and daily costumes. Their settlements are in different topographies and their lifestyles vary. Some have become Mae Hong Son city people. A few populate the province night market as vendors. Others live in the mountains, connected to towns via concrete roads and have been utilizing electricity. And the rest are totally cut off from the modern world and can only be reached by days of trekking into the deep jungle. Our ethnic tribe tour started off with the Thai Yai group, who make up the major population of Mae Hong Son, at a small village called Mueang Pon, hidden in the valley of Khun Yom district. The settlement in Mueang Pon started over 150 years back, as some Thai Yai migrated from the nearby Shan state of Myanmar, established a community, and traded with Chiang Mai city and Mae Sariang town via the connecting Pon River. The village of around 40 houses is now rustic and peaceful with smiley villagers. As the village started a community-based tourism project initiated by an NGO, it now offers 10 houses operating as homestays. The most basic 2-day package offers an overnight stay, 3 meals with the host, village sightseeing and workshops to learn about the local ways of life. We arrived to meet our host just in time for breakfast. Now let's go into the kitchen and see what the auntie owner is going to make us for breakfast. The auntie used a lot of herbs and veggies collected from her backyard, incorporating chilies, gingers, lemongrass, red onions, sesame seeds, and the smelly beans, which are soybeans ground and seasoned for preservation. These, including sesame oil, are the common ingredients in Thai Yai cuisine, which is famous for being super organic. Now our breakfast is ready. We got the spicy bamboo shoot salad, and here's the soup with peas and eggplants, pork here, and fried papayas and sausages. It looks simple, but I am sure it is going to be delicious. And after our stomachs were full, the village tour started. We didn't have to go that far for the first cultural lesson. The uncle was sitting just behind where we had breakfast. Bamboos are used to make household items in local villages like this a lot. And my first guess was that he was going to make a basket, but these long pieces will be used to tie up the hay when he goes out to the rice fields. Then we met the village first artisan right in his office. Uncle Ong Pun has been doing this for over 10 years. This one is traditional pattern, while these ones are more modern style. And do you know how long it takes him to make one hat? Only 1 day. We have a saying in Thai, to know what you're doing so well, you can even close your eyes and still do it. And that explains exactly how the uncle works. The caps, priced at 350 baht, and the hats at 450 were small money quality. The uncle had to teach all his family members the craft just to keep up with the purchasing orders from fairs and stores in downtown Mae Hong Son. At Auntie Kamlu's, the family was busy receiving field trip student visitors. Her house was a good example of traditional Thai Yai style, always in teak and built without any use of nails. The houses remain cool thanks to the roof, made of leaf sheets placed on top of one another to rainproof, and built to be tall and airy to allow the wind to blow through. The water bowls in front of the house serve as drinking water and feed cleansing before entering the house. Horoscopes and fortunes are often read off a traditional calendar. Inside, there is always a Buddhist altar, but supernatural powers and spirits are influential in Thai Yai's lifestyle as well. Close to Buddhist Lent in October, You may also see a Jong Para made of paper representing Lord Buddha's rest house, according to belief that the Buddha returns from heaven to greet and preach to devotees during this holy period. We caught up with the artisan who made Jong Para and who also made Tam Kwang, or the special flag used for funerals. We moved on to the next house. Uncle Mika, in his 80s, was still good at craftsmanship passed on from his father. We were told he is also the village shaman. Uncle Mika specializes in making roof ornaments, which are crafted out of wood and metal. All his artworks have been put up at the temple we are heading to next. On the way to the village temple, we stopped at the Thai clothes sewing house. The design has been adapted to fit the modern market's demand, but still pertains to Thai style. If you see any shirts with flower buttons like this, they certainly are the work of Thai designers. The village temple looked elegant and peaceful. The cheap wood sermon hall, which is the temple's oldest part, was built over 150 years ago as the landmark of the villagers' settlement. The hall hosts ancient paintings depicting scenes in heaven and hell, with Thai language captions. From Mueang Pon, we headed to another tribe's village. Hoi Seo Thao, being so close to Mae Hong Son's downtown, only 17 kilometers away, probably sees tourists and visitors much more than any other hill tribe villages in Mae Hong Son. Ban Hoi Seo Thao is one of the 3 villages in Mae Hong Son that we can visit a very unique current tribe, and that is the long neck. Wow, this is actually pretty heavy. Over years and years ago, the first generation of the villagers migrated from Khaya State, 100 kilometers away in Myanmar, and settled down in Ban Nai Soi, which is about 3 hours away by foot, and then resettled again here. These stalls on the 2 sides are opened every day, and that is because the villagers' income solely depend on selling these souvenirs to tourists. This village of about 20 Paduang or long neck families is a campsite for political refugees. The villagers, now registered as displaced persons, are waiting for the political situation in Myanmar to ease so they can go home or to be relocated in the third country. We agreed this wasn't the best way to visit a hill tribe, and it appeared somewhat sad. But our presence, tourists and visitors, finances their daily life, as the villagers don't own any land they can use to grow crops to feed themselves. The stalls offer all sorts of souvenirs, and the lady vendors did their best at calling visitors to take a look at their stalls. I wondered why they would put on such full makeup and costumes, but when I saw how much attention they got from cameras, it answered my question. Since they are going to be photographed, why not just to look their best? Then we heard someone singing with a guitar. Ma Play is 22 years old and she writes her own songs. Up the hill where the houses sat, there was a cute little Catholic church. We were told even though they were converted to Christianity, animalism and spiritualism was still deeply rooted in their beliefs. Near the village, there is a small homemade brewery. The whiskey is made from dried sticky rice. The lady said her alcohol was only a minimum of 30%. For the next ethnic village, we headed to Ban Rak Thai, north of Mae Hong Son's downtown, which is a settlement of Jin Ho, or migrated Yunnan Chinese. Led by generals who fought against and fled Mao Zedong's communism, the people were divided into groups, some of which resettled in the mountainous area of northern Thailand, including the group following General Chuan. With the cool temperature year-round, Ban Rak Thai is Mae Hong Son's another great town to escape the heat, famous for its cozy atmosphere, enclosed in the beautiful landscapes and the best fine Chinese tea in Mae Hong Son. Now we are in the older part of the village where we can see the more traditional houses made out of soil, of course with some creativity adding to it. Well, let's go try out some tea. The village is famous for 3 tea types: mountaintop tea, village osmanthus, and ginseng. We enjoyed watching the owner of the shop prepare our tea as she explained the essence of the tea preparing process to draw the best aroma out of tea leaves. Apart from enticing fragrance, she told us hot cups were very useful, especially during winter to warm up different parts of the body. And the taste? Of course, it tastes fabulous. Then, we moved on to see a tea plantation. At Lee Wine Rock Thai Resort, a holiday concept has been combined with their existing plantation. Wow, what a great way to wake up here. Mae Hong Son is the wonderland of hill tribes, each with a unique way of life. For information about which provinces' villages are open for community-based tourism and homestays, visit www.cbt-i.org. Otherwise, a few travel agencies in Mae Hong Son's downtown can organize village treks to meet the province's remote ethnic tribes.